So day one was a traveling day. I woke up super early in the morning to have my dad drive me down to Boston so I could catch my flight down to Annapolis to meet my aunt and cousin who were waiting there for me. So once I got off the plane, we went and visited my uncle at work, which I stupidly got no footage there, which I so wish I did because his work is so cool. And then we went and got lunch and ran some errands and just walked around Annapolis. This comic shop was so freaking cool, oh my gosh. Then we went into a little art gallery, and this artist has so many amazing paintings, like I don't understand, they were so great. And shout out to Annapolis for this ice cream. I got pistachio and butter pecan, and it was honestly the most delicious ice cream I've had in my entire life. So then we drove over and visited the Naval Academy in Annapolis, which is so cool. Like, the buildings are absolutely beautiful, and like some of the artwork and decorations and stuff inside are stunning, and it was just really cool to get to go see. So then we left the Naval Academy and went to meet my uncle for dinner. I got fish tacos. They were so good, oh my goodness. And then the next day, we took the train up to New York City. So we took the Amtrak, and then once we got there, we went to our hotel and dropped our stuff off. And then basically just walked around Times Square for a little bit before we got lunch, which was super cool. So this was the view from me and my cousin's shared hotel room. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Also, I thought the elevators in the Marriott Marquis were super cool, so I have a ton of elevator footage. So the first place we went was the Toys R Us in Times Square. I thought these taco pillows were super cute. I really liked them. But yeah, we just spent maybe like 20 minutes walking around looking at all the toys. And then my aunt wanted my picture with my cousin in front of this minion, but didn't realize she was taking a video. And then I took a video of myself with this weird hat that I found. This clip I just got because the truck said my name on it. I thought that was cool. And then I dragged my family into the Disney store. And we used to have one back home, but they got rid of it, which was really stupid, but it was really cool in here. I really liked the elevator because it was Tangled themed, and that's my favorite Disney movie right now. And this Frozen, like, sauna place was super cool. And then we went to M&M World because I've heard a lot about it, never been there, super cool, but I didn't get any M&Ms because I didn't want them to melt in my suitcase on the way home. So for lunch I wanted to go to Ellen's Stardust Diner, and I got chicken and waffles there, but it was too dark to film, so I didn't film that. And then I got a couple of the pictures at these stands, which are going up in my dorm room. I'm so excited about it. The Mickey Mouse clock on the Apple Watch, by the way, super cool. And fun fact, 2 seconds after filming these Avatar dolls, some girl knocked into it and they fell over and like lost their head, so that happened. And coming up is the footage I got at Ellen Stardust Diner of the Singers, and then there was also a singer at Strawberry Field, which I really liked. So this day we went to the NBC store because the tours unfortunately weren't going on, so we just went in the store. Then we went to Top of the Rock, which if you ever go to New York City, go to Top of the Rock because you can get like the coolest pictures and footage. It's just a really sweet view up there, so I definitely recommend it. Then we just walked around, went to some more shops that people in our group wanted to go to. This one my cousin picked, but I thought it was kind of cool inside, so I picked up some footage. And then there was a multicultural parade going on, which was super awesome, and the Albanians are such fun people. Oh my gosh, their music was great, and I love the vibe. Everyone else was kind of like chill and mellow compared to the Albanians. And I ran into Batman at the multicultural parade, so that was a cool thing that happened.
Sometimes the world tries to knock it out of you, but I believe in music, the way that some people believe in fairy tales.
We also went into Midtown Comics because if you couldn't tell by now, I really enjoy comic stores. I think they're super cool. I don't know, I just really like them, so yeah, this was awesome. Then, of course, had to get my New York City Chipotle. Oh my gosh, so good, but it was more expensive than it is at home, so that kind of stunk, but whatever, it's Chipotle. And then everyone else went to Patsy's Pizza for lunch. I had already had my Chipotle, so I just had that cake that I showed you. And then we ended off the night by going to see Phantom at the Opera. Day 4 was another travel day, so we ended up taking the train back to Annapolis to my aunt and uncle's house. But we were in New York City until like 5 o'clock when our train left, so it was a museum day for me. So me and my uncle woke up kind of early and headed to the Museum of Natural History, which, by the way, nothing like Night at the Museum, so if you're expecting that, it's just not going to happen for you. It was absolutely nothing like the movie, so I was kind of bummed about that, but it was still super cool.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. I couldn't get to you. I couldn't get to
You give me gum gum.
I'm giving up on you. I couldn't get to you. I'm giving up on you. I couldn't get to you. I'm giving up on you. I couldn't get to you. I'm giving up on you. I couldn't get to you.
Don't make me sad, don't make me cry. Sometimes love is not enough and love gets tough, I don't know why. Choose your last words, this is the last time. 'Cause you and I knew we were gonna die.
お別れだな。お別れじゃないよ。私たちは一つになって消えていく。だからいつまでも一緒。
Chaos dreaming, gotta do more, gotta be more.
So we left the museum and then met up with my cousin and my aunt to go see Ground Zero, and we went into the museum there, which was also super cool. Really, really sad though, very depressing. I almost cried at one point. There was a memorial for the North Tower that I went in. I couldn't film in there, but I almost lost it. It was so sad. There were pictures of everyone from the North Tower and in that plane who had died, covering like the ceiling to the floor, all four walls, and there were belongings of people that had died in there, and it was just really, really sad. And I honestly don't know how to explain it other than sad, and I know that's a total understatement of what happened, but oh my gosh, it was just, it's so messed up, I can't even explain. And like other than that memorial, what really got me is this fire truck, which I believe is coming up somewhere in this footage, that was just totally mangled and destroyed, and it just breaks my heart into so many different pieces, and I wish I could put this into words better, but I can't.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you.
So before we had to head over to Penn Station to catch our train, we made a pit stop in Chinatown to grab some food. I think the place we stopped at is called Lee's, I don't actually remember, but I got chicken lo mein, which was so good. The sizes though, they gave us so much food, I like barely made a dent in mine, but it was so good, I wish I could have eaten the whole thing.
Call it disco, call it anything, it's music. What you call she's out of my life, disco, off the wall, rock with you. I don't know, it's music to me.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
So we got back to Annapolis and we went out to dinner. I got crab cakes and fries and applesauce, which was really good. And then we kind of just chilled at home because we had to be up early the next morning so I could fly back to Boston to tour my school with my dad and my stepmom because they hadn't seen Emerson yet. So this is just plain footage. I watched SpongeBob and then I went to MTV and listened to some music. So that was a cool thing, I guess, on the plane.
The moment I wake up, I come to life again. Slowly as the light shines again.
So I landed at Logan Airport and we went to Panera to get breakfast because I was hungry and wanted food, and I am stupid and got like no footage of my Emerson tour other than the gift shop. But Emerson's a great place. I really love it there, and then when we left I was hungry again, so I got a flatbread. I think it was chicken pesto. All I remember, it was so good. I wish there was more of it. Then we got home in Maine, and I spent the end of my graduation vacation hanging out with my puppy in the pool, and then I went over to my mom's house and we went on a little nature walk, and so that was some great bonding time. All around, just great trip. It was an amazing 5 days.
You came in from the early dawn with one of those fingers. Backed into the corners and I'm holding the alarm. But the moment I wake up, I come to life. That's pretty.
I would just like to thank my super generous Aunt Sally and Uncle Harry for taking me on this trip. It was so much fun. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. And there is so much I wish I had filmed but didn't. But I think I got a pretty good chunk of filming and footage in during our trip. So thank you again. Love you guys. Bye.